Hello. We are here today to talk something very important for the society. I am Dr. Darshna Thakker, gynecologist from the city of Ahmedabad, and she's been a very renowned child psychologist from Mumbai, and she'll speak about what all she does, amazing work with children and parents. She's Riddhi, Doshi, Patel. Both of us are here with a purpose. The purpose to create and enhance awareness about the word mental health and emotional health. Would you like to say something about your observation, how children and parents are facing problem these days rather than problem challenges in terms of emotional well-being and mental well-being?
Absolutely, Dr. Thakker, and you've touched a very important topic because mental and emotional health, actually they are connected, deeply connected.
Absolutely.
Okay. When emotions are imbalanced, what happens is that the mental health is affected or impacted. Now, while I'm talking about mental health, we need to understand that why is emotions imbalanced, right? And why do I see that often in children? Because somewhere the parents have been impacted. The parents' emotional health is not taken care of because they've never learned.
Yeah.
क्यारे लोग को समझा च नहीं.
They are not equipped to deal with it.
They are not equipped. They have. ये लोग को क्यारे नहीं समझा that what is sadness, happiness, confusion, frustration, anger.
The real meaning of these words.
The real meaning. So when I talk about emotions, or when I ask my clients also that how are you, and the first thing that will come out is I'm good, and then I have to say define good. And when I ask them that define good is that multiple things starts coming out of all that Pandora's box. But initially children have learnt only good, bad, sad. Okay, the three major emotions.
Good, bad, sad.
Nothing more than that. So here we talk about that why those emotions are imbalanced. A, because parents have never understood. I see a lot of parents learning, unlearning and relearning the concepts, and I see that their children are in a better safe space. Okay. When emotions are imbalanced, when children don't understand the emotions, it leads to a lot of confusion.
True it is.
And when the confusion is there in a child,
there is no clarity.
There's no clarity, and the outcome is a tantrum. And how do we label the child? The child is shy, the child is throwing a lot of anger tantrums,
cranky,
the child is not behaved, ziddi. So they are all the outcomes, but the base of everything is a confusion in a child's mind, right? And right now I'm not using any of the jargoned language as a psychologist, but I'm using very simple concepts to help somebody understand that why is mental health and emotional health interconnected, and why is it important even to understand emotions. But now I want you to add to this.
Yes.
Because you also talk about emotions.
Absolutely.
And you talk about emotions in adults.
True.
So when I ask adults to unlearn and relearn, you do it. How do you do that?
Yeah, that's an important question. And with her national and international exposure into the field of psychology and bringing it to India and talking to people in Mumbai and globally, this question, when she's asking to me, I have to give an answer as a gynecologist first and then as emotional health consultant. એમણે બહુ સરસ રીતે વાત કરી કે મમ્મી પપ્પા જ ઇક્વિપ ના હોય તો બચ્ચાઓના ટેન્ટ્રમને ડીલ કેવી રીતે કરે. તો મારે એવું પણ કહેવું છે કે બચ્ચાઓ આ બધું ક્યાંથી શીખે છે? તો જોઈને શીખે છે. ગુજરાતીમાં સરસ કહેવત છે કે કૂવામાં હોય તો હવાડામાં આવે. So as a gynecologist, when she's asking that how do I make adults learn, unlearn and relearn so that they are equipped to deal with the children's situation, I offer amazing holistic pregnancy care program. And I believe in the soil that you are going to plant a seed called child, the soil has to be detoxified.
Very important.
If this soil has unwanted, undesired emotions like fear, anger, jealousy, hurt, regret and whatnot, what is going to grow up? So that when it comes to unlearning, how do? I take them through various modalities and activities based on philosophy like you can heal your life, mindfulness practices, because adult never want any kind of an advice. ઉપદેશ કોઈને જોઈતો નથી. So I will say that the process has to be a self-realization, self-exploration, and that happens only when the self-awareness increases. So for me to deal with adult or for her to deal with a child, awareness is important and the awareness of self is important.
Extremely.
So let me tell this, both the words that we are talking as subject expert emotional health and mental health that we keep using interchangeably are actually two different words.
Absolutely.
And we consume so much.
So much.
Through newspaper cuttings, Instagram
Everything.
hoardings,
Everything.
jingle on the radio. I mean, we do have lot of consumption of data every single day. All the information out of such sources, our perception, our assumptions, our perspective, all that information comes to us, and how do we process it is mental health. And the processed information, how do we express, is emotional health.
Super.
Now, you were saying something about why this emotion comes. It's a nervous dysregulation, as somebody was talking on Insta. And we don't want to get into those jargons because our purpose is to simplify, and we are talking this for awareness, not to frighten you.
Absolutely.
Not to instill fear.
Absolutely.
आपका बच्चा ऐसा है, आपके parents ऐसे हैं.
That's true.
Do you see that parents get into guilt when they feel that I made a mistake in bringing up my child?
Absolutely. And I would like to add something else also, that when we're talking about mental health, parents, તમે જે સવારે ઉઠીને જલ્દી કર, મોડું થઈ ગયું, બસ આવી ગઈ.
બસ જતી રહેશે.
હા.
હું મૂકવા નહીં આવું.
હા. What is this? You are instilling fear in your children and you yourself are anxious. Now, when you are anxious, you are escalating those emotions to your child. So, knowingly or unknowingly that happens. તમે ચાહો
Transfer
નહીં.
हो गया.
તમે નહીં ચાહો શાયદ તે, but એ થઈ જાય છે. So, when it થઈ જાય છે, the child is getting habit of being anxious, being fearful about small things, and the outcome is panic. These are surely mental health issues, right? So, adding to what Dr. Darshna Thakker said right now, that mental health, emotional health, it's important, it is interconnected, but it drives from the base of emotions, and we need to understand that.
It does. It does. So, any event that's happening outside and in the surrounding can be seen through different lens by each single person based on their past experiences or their belief system.
Absolutely.
And this belief system have been since childhood, as you said.
Absolutely, absolutely.
अच्छे बच्चे गुस्सा नहीं करते.
नहीं करते. अच्छे.
अच्छे. So गुस्सा किया तो
बुरे.
बुरे. So that child will keep suppressing even that feeling to be
Because the child wants to be अच्छा.
Exactly. Everybody wants to be in the good book. And to be in the good book, that child will not even express that I'm feeling angry.
And the child will start pleasing the parents, especially the parent, one of the parent who is constantly telling the child, this is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad. So what will happen?
Constant assessment.
Yeah. So that is pleasing the parent will come.
Correct.
And that leads to lack of confidence.
And those children, I see as teenagers saying, what do you want to do in life? जिससे मेरे parents खुश हो
खुश
जाए.
हो जाए. Understood, parents? So simple.
And this is a bimari.
It's a bimari. So I wouldn't say bimari, but yes,
It's
mental
a
health.
disorder with the people pleasing and not
Mental health.
prioritizing yourself and putting yourself first, putting your dreams first.
You can always call it a mental health issue.
Correct.
And where you are not a priority, as she rightly said, your parents' happiness matters. And because of that, the child, the teen, the young adult, confidence is zero, understanding of worth is zero, and decision making is
And low
leadership,
self-esteem.
right?
And they
Understand that.
actually feel fear in getting any relationship.
Absolutely.
If the other person is not happy, how would this friendship go?
સિમ્પલ છે ને, તમે તમારા પર ટ્રસ્ટ કરશો તો તમે બીજા પર ટ્રસ્ટ કરી શકશો.
Exactly. So it
If-
starts with the self.
Self. So if you don't trust yourself, you don't believe in yourself, you will not be able to do to others or on others. That's a simple funda.
And before we end this short episode, let us have some wonderful tips. Yes. That what are the three most important things that parent need to keep it in mind as far as बच्चों का study?
Study.
Yeah. Precisely study and three tips which parent need not to do.
Absolutely. So only study. Parents, first thing, parents, stop comparing.
Yes.
તમારું બચ્ચું યુનિક છે, ડિફરન્ટ છે અને સ્પેશિયલ છે. Okay, so please respect your child's identity, the child's caliber, and the child himself or herself. The second tip, if your child doesn't understand A way of learning, teach with the B way of learning. It is not necessary It is not necessary that your child will understand every time the A type of learning. And third and most important, when your child says, I don't understand, be very positive and calm in handling that situation. Probably your child really doesn't understand. So when your child doesn't understand, calmly ask, what is that one thing you don't understand? Probably it is not that whole subject, it is not that whole chapter, it is not that whole question. Probably one line in that answer is not something which your child can remember. E loko માટે નાની નાની વસ્તુ matters. So please get to that level and ask, what is that one thing you don't understand? And that solves the purpose. So I started with 3 tips. You add 3 more to it.
Oh yeah, study.
Only study.
Only study and parenting. Your child is much more than the mark sheet.
Yes. Very important.
Your child has a lot in his or her mind that you are unaware or unable to read. And 3, study is part of life and not the life. That's it. Because child lives in so much of pressure to score high to please parents. Allow them to express, as she rightly said, that go to those small little things, tiny issues and challenges that the child is facing. So that was all about how parenting works, and it all comes through ancestors. How you have seen your parents behaving, how you have perceived as a child, how that inner child within you is feeling, and how it is been translated or transferred to the child is a sequence.
Absolutely.
And that fancy word called generational trauma.
Trauma, yes.
You have all the power to break the cycle.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Right? Nothing and no one to be, blamed or no one need to feel offended. પણ અમને બંનેને આવો કંઈક વિચાર આવ્યો છે અને અમે આવી રીતે તમને મળતા રહીશું સાદી ભાષામાં. ભલે અમે બંને બહુ જ બધું ભણીને ડોક્ટરી ડિગ્રી લઈને બેઠા હોઈએ, પણ એક એવો પ્રયાસ કરવો છે કે સાવ સાદી ભાષામાં સરળ સમજ આપવી. Otherwise, what happens is that I see many parents and she is seeing more parents who are living under guilt of not raising their child in a right way.
Yes.
There is no right and wrong way of parenting.
Absolutely. So every alternate day, I have one or the two parent, every alternate day, one or two parent tells me that I am not a good parent. And to all the parents there, you're the best parent on earth.
Absolutely. And put a badge on you that I am good enough.
Best.
You are doing the best you can at that given point of time. Absolutely. With your understanding.
Absolutely.
Don't keep comparing even with other parents that what am I doing and what are they doing. So comparison is the killer. Just enjoy. You are gifted and blessed to have a child. Celebrate that divine bond without giving any pressure. See you soon with something new.